I still think it's held together with the glue of you know, like the chemistry between like Angela Bassett and him. That's what kind of drives the film to the finish line.
He wasn't reading the script, and he didn't. He said like he knew what Ike was like, but he didn't. It didn't connect with the script. He didn't understand why.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe that's why I find it hard to be it.
And I think sometimes that happens, like you can get actors who are like fantastic actors, but maybe they shouldn't be cast in that particular role, you know, and that's one thing I always felt with what's Love's got to do with it, you know. I feel
maybe he shouldn't have played it in a feature film.
Yeah.
Maybe just like a mini-series,
you know what I mean, or like a made-for-TV kind of before a feature film.
Well, as you say, he was popping in the 90s.
Yeah, you know, and like even to like you know, mention like this is like honorable mention, like a year before that, a film that I really loved was The Deep Cover. You know, it's very, very underage. You know, it's starring Laurence Fishburne and Jeff Goldblum.
Directed by Bill Duke.
Bill Duke. You know, if you're Bill Duke, Toolman from Predator and Commando, and also appeared in, you don't know about now, in Menace to Society, the smaller legendary cameo. You know, so like in Deep Cover, you know, it tells the story of like Laurence Fishburne is going into the it's either the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, or it's like, you know, but he's basically working for law enforcement, you know,
like a sting operation.
Exactly, yeah. And Jeff Goldblum's character he's working in like the drug kind of crime syndicate, you know what I mean? So he works in as is mentioned, the title Deep Cover, goes in deep cover to kind of infiltrate these kind of drug, you know, kingpins and that. And then during the movie, not to spoil too much, he ends up developing like a positive relationship with Jeff Goldblum's character. I believe it's David. But that's like a real, if we talk about like neo-noir films that were happening during that time, that one really, really presents that. You know? But definitely, Deep Cover was. I always preferred like his role in Deep Cover than What's Love Got to Do with It. You know, which came out in consecutive years, 1992 and 1993.
And it's crazy to think that not crazy, but up to all this time he was just before What's Love Got to Do with It, he was credited as Larry Fishburne. Then to Laurence. I don't know whether that's his agent telling him that, or maybe because there was.
Maybe another Larry. Maybe there was a Larry Fishburne.
Because a lot of people, because it's funny in the last episode we were talking about Samuel Jackson. Why did he put the L? So for Leroy. Yeah. So obviously there was another Samuel Jackson.
That actually is funny you mention because Michael Keaton, you know, played the original Batman. His real name is actually Michael Douglas, but there's already a Michael Douglas from, you know, Basic Instinct, so
big film,
you know, came out in the same time around, you know, Deep Cover. So sometimes you need those kind of names just to kind of stand out, you know what I mean, not to get classed as the same character. Why you got like Michael Jordan and Michael B. Jordan, you know, you could just call him Michael Jordan, but it's just to, you know, stand out from
differentiate.
Yeah. So yes, the next big film that Laurence Fishburne appeared in 2 years after What's Love Got to Do With
95
was a reuniting with John Singleton, and this was Higher Learning.
Yeah, Higher Learning is a classic. It's an assembled cast.
Got Omar Epps,
Ice Cube, Laurence Fishburne,
Busta Rhymes inside it.
Michael Rappaport. What a performance from him as well, man. Crazy.
I think that was the best performance, you know, in the film. In the film,
yeah.
Honestly, if you see his evolution from how he is that, you know, shy outcast to this like.
It's a typical John Singleton film. Yeah. Race relations and just pure drama, you know. It's around Omar Epps, around Kristen Connor, you know, Remy, played by Michael Rappaport. Just three freshmen at university. Yeah. One of them's a young black guy. He struggles with academics. The other one is Kristen. She's a very shy white girl, not sure. And the other one is Remy. He's a lonely man, confused. He's out of place in the new environment. And he gets brought in by some Nazis and starts doing a whole madness.
You know what happened with like Remy is I've actually seen, because the funny thing is when I watched Higher Learning, that was the time I was in like university, which is basically Higher Learning. So I always saw like Remy as that, you know, that kid who's like gone into school and he couldn't make no friends, so he's already dragged into like the wrong kind of group. You know, that's what happened to, because you can see in the early signs of the films, he just kind of doesn't get on with anyone. He doesn't find the click. So them kind of people, it's very easy for them to easily get, you know, sent into the wrong kind of crowd, and that's what
Lawrence Fishburne's character. He's a professor.
Yeah.
I saw him in that.
I will only say the one only gripe I have with Laurence Fishburne in this film, his hair. I felt he was way too young to play that kind of old character. Did you think? Because that's what some people have said.
You know what? That's what some people have said about Idris Elba when he played Mandela.
Right. True. You know, but
yeah. And they said that Morgan Freeman would have been better.
Yeah.
But then again, Morgan Freeman played Mandela in Invictus.
And that, yeah. So.
But yeah, Laurence Fishburne, so he plays a professor.
I think he did a decent job. He did a decent job because he's not like the scenes he's in there. It's only like when they're going to lectures or they're going to like, you know, one-on-ones.
No, he got outstanding supporting actor in a motion picture. Got an award. He was nominated. And Ice Cube got nominated.
Yeah.
But I would say he played because Omar Epps' character is a person that struggles with academics. He's on the track. He's an athlete. Like myself, a sprinter. And so and he's often he complains a lot throughout the film. It's just always pulling the race card.
Yeah, I believe what I've learned with Omar Epps from watching that film like again and totally analyze it. I believe he was meant to be like the stereotypical black guy for the 90s. He was like you said, he's an athlete. Yeah. He was always complaining about race. He was only going to get that scholarship if he's good on, you know, if he gets far in athletics.
That even stems from one of the first scenes when he goes into the lift.
Yes.
And Kristen grabs her purse and stuff. He kind of laughs it off and stuff.
And I forgot to get the sweet, sensational Tyra Banks. She was playing in this as Omar Epps.
He was working there.
Bro, it was sad. Well, I don't even want to talk about. But yeah, Tyra Banks. She was beautiful then, still beautiful now, and you know what I mean. But
when Laurence Fishburne, his scenes when he's like, I treat everyone the same. That's very. There was a guy at my school, my science teacher, Mr. Adams.
Oh my god.
He was an Asian guy, and like because I wasn't good at science at school, I was in bottom set, and like. Whole class would be making noise because it was bottom set. No one cared about the subject, did it? And like he'd always pull me out like, in front of everyone, draw me out. And then I saw him not too long ago, and he's like, "Listen, it's only because I cared about you and stuff like that." And we start to realize, and this is the same thing. Laurence Fishburne's character.
It's funny you mentioned that.
Omar Epps, he asked like, "Who do I have to prove myself to?" And then Laurence Fishburne told him, yourself.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
it was kind of like a father figure in that film. You know, even for the short seasons in that, you know, because he knows the black struggle. You know what I mean? And he came a generation before, so he was already kind of trying to tell him through the movie, like, when I'm doing this, it's not to pick on you. It's just to kind of get you ready because life is hard, but it's even more harder for you because of your skin tone.
And as a teacher, as a lecturer, as a professor, like he was a lot of what he's saying is that like he's got to treat everyone the same. Yeah. So don't think I'm digging you out because I'm not. I just want the best for you. Exactly. I've got your best interests at heart. That's what I took from his character in this film.
Say like the final, and they all came through the 90s. You know, so he started, you know, early 90s with big hits such as like, you know, King of New York, Boys in the Hood. Then in the mid 90s, you know. Or What's Love Got to Do with It, and also Higher Learning. And I would definitely say like after that, the real like big like and also commercial hit was The Matrix. You know, that came out in 1999.
One of the best sci-fi films of all time. And it's a sort of the subgenre of cyberpunk.
Yes.
I would say. And if anyone's got Netflix or advise, watch Orphan Black. That is like a cyberpunk series.
Yeah. So like Keanu Reeves is the you know, he played in it was in Speed earlier, and also Point Break. You know, so he had played like them kind of action you know, thriller movies. So this one is into a sci-fi kind of genre. He also played another sci-fi kind of role in Johnny Mnemonic, I believe it's in the mid-90s. But yeah, Keanu Reeves does totally fine, you know, for playing the character Neo, you know. But it's,
by the way, that's where the singer Neo got his name from.
Neo, you
inspiration.
Neo in that. But with so Laurence Fishburne's character Morpheus, you know, as we talked before about like in Boys in the Hood of him having that controlled performance, I feel he brings that again to the Matrix, you know, of just being in total, like in control. He's never really too worried. He believes in Neo from the beginning. He's like, you know, he's the one. He's gonna, you know.
There's a real trust there.
Yes.
In characters, I'll say.
You know what I mean? It's like you can basically side with this guy, and even because early, like, it's not to spoil too much when, you know, Keanu Reeves Neo first goes into the world of Matrix. He doesn't get what's going on, but you automatically kind of sides with him. You know.
I know what's funny. What I read the other day is that, obviously, The Matrix is a film which when you watch it from young, a lot of people will say it's a bad film, and then then the older generation would say, oh, you don't understand it. When Laurence Fishburne first read the script, he didn't understand why people found it confusing. But that's funny because he understood The Matrix, but like, he didn't understand what's love what to do with it. So he might be Morpheus in real life.
Maybe. But it's funny, you know, the what they talk about now, like about that red pill and you know, white pill, that originated from here. You know, so it's such a, and that's it's such a innovative, and you know, it has a standing legacy that people still use today when they're talking about people's kind of mindsets or how they kind of journey through life. It derived from this film. You know, and I just think as well, you know, the way how Morpheus is in the Matrix, well, it's such a cool, slick character.
And this film is one of, because I've done work as a video editor, and this film introduced what I call overcranking, which is a simpler, which is a more complex term of what is slow motion. You know what I mean? It's like slow motion is prevalent in this film. Like, you know what I mean? I just see people in school and they're like, oh, I'm in the Matrix.
They called it, I think they called it, there was a game as well that came, they called it Max Payne video game. So they called it a bullet time, you know, when they used to like kind of shoot and like they would, you know, slow motion dodge, or they would kick someone and it would, you know, slowly go. So like, you know, it was, this film is kind of one of a kind, because before that, nothing like that had ever been, ever been seen before, you know what I mean? Because there's been like action films where they've had that kind of like, you know, double replay, or they'll show scenes like when someone kind of is about to hit someone, then they, you know, slowly goes. But The Matrix is a very revolutionary film, and I think it's where green screen has been used appropriate, you know what I mean? It's not been damaged like some of the, you know, films like you've seen, like, you know, I ain't a big fan of Transformers, I'm just gonna get out of the way, you know, but like not over use of green screen, using it the correct dosage amount. Would you agree? So yeah, guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed our, you know, favorite Laurence Fishburne films. You know, tell us like in the comment section, you know, what are your favorite films for Monsieur Fishburne, you know, and you know, also, you know, check our social media out, you know, which I'll be putting in the description below, and we will, yes, we will be coming back with another video of Talking Cinema, and we're looking to do a video on a Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Isn't that right? You know, everybody's like Fresh Prince, you know. So I wonder who can that be, you know. But yes, Hancock. Yes. Stay tuned for more upcoming vids, which trust me, which will be coming very, very soon. And it's peace. Love. 2 fingers.
In a bit.